So we got some breaking political news. After weeks of saying he would not apologize for defending his record on race, including his remarks specifically here on working with segregationists, Joe Biden is now saying today he is sorry.
Now, was I wrong a few weeks ago to somehow give the impression to people that I was praising those men who I successfully opposed time and again? Well, yes, I was. I regret it. And I'm sorry for any of the pain or misconception they may have caused anybody.
All right, there you saw it. Let's go to NBC News political correspondent Mike Memoli. We also like to call him NBC News Joe Biden correspondent here and there. Mike, why now? Why there? And how did he do?
Well, Richard, what we've seen in the past few weeks is Joe Biden, as the front runner for the nomination, really weighed down not just by those recent comments about segregationist senators at a fundraiser in New York a couple weeks ago, but really under the weight of the record that he had for 36 years as a United States senator, a record that has become ripe for attack from his opponents in this race. And so what he tried to do today here before a heavily African-American audience was both to reframe his public career as somebody who began, as he said, entered public service to fight for civil rights, but also to explain sometimes, to defend sometimes, and yes, even apologize for some of those most controversial aspects of his career that people have been seizing on here. Let's take a listen to more of his effort to reframe this and put his larger career in public service into context.
Should that misstep define 50 years of my record for fighting for civil rights, racial justice in this country? I hope not. I don't think so. That just isn't an honest assessment of my record. And I'm going to let my record and my character stand for itself and not be distorted or smeared.
Now, what was interesting, what we also heard from the vice president was to say, listen, I know there's a lot of opposition researchers here, a lot of my rivals, a lot of my opponents trying to pick through my public record. But what he offered was the ultimate validation of his public service. He said, listen, when Barack Obama was considering who to name as his running mate, he and his team vetted every aspect of my record, every vote, every position, every comment he ever said. And let me read what he said. He said, I was vetted by him and selected by him. I will take his judgment of my record, my character, and my ability to handle the job over anyone else's. So it's really playing at this point in the campaign, when he's been on the defensive so much, that ultimate trump card, if you will, the Obama card here in South Carolina, also attempting to pivot beyond it to say, listen, he understands that this is the game of this campaign, to pick apart each other's records, but he said this is more than a game. We have to defeat Donald Trump. Richard?
Wanting to move past that chapter, Mike Memoli, there's a turn off the lights there at Sumter, South Carolina after the Joe Biden event.
Yes, they did.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.